If you are stuck on choosing a business name, then this episode is for you because we are going to get you unstuck today. I work with a lot of new health coaches, and there is one business task that I see so many of them get stuck on, and that is choosing a business name. This one decision has the ability to stop you in your tracks. For many people, it's hard to move forward until you have made a decision on your business name. So if this is you, if you are stuck on choosing a business name, then this episode is for you because we are going to get you unstuck today. I'm also going to show you how to legally protect your name and the 4 basic steps that you need to take right now to make sure that you are protected for the future. So if you're new to me, I'm Kim Foster and I'm an MD turned wellness coach, a business mentor to my fellow health and wellness coaches, and also the founder of the Wellness Coach Academy, an online training school for coaches. Now, deciding what to name your coaching business can be a huge obstacle for many new coaches. So let's dive in and take care of this issue for you today. Before we get there, though, I want to just take a second to let you know that the doors are now open to my monthly membership program, the Wellness CEO Club. This is the program that I created for go-getters in the wellness space who are either building their businesses or would love to do so. This club is going to give you so many things: a community, training, resources, expert help, tons of support, and at a very affordable price. If you are passionate about building a health and wellness coaching business and you are keen to network and build relationships and learn new skills, and you're looking for inspiration and friendship, then this club is definitely for you, and I would love to have you in there. I will put a link in the description box. Don't delay though, because we are only enrolling for a very limited time and you don't want to miss it. Okay, that said, let's get back to the topic for today. Now, when it comes to naming your business, to break things down as simply as possible, you really only have 2 main options. The first is a personal brand, and the second is a business name. So let's take a look at both of those choices. First of all, a personal brand. So this means that you simply use your own name to represent your business, like me, Kim Foster. This is what I have done. I use my name as my business name. Now, there are several pros to this approach, including, first of all, building a really close connection with your audience. When you work with me, you don't work with a corporate entity or a large faceless consulting group. You work with me. Another key advantage to using a personal brand, using your own name, is that it's flexible. It will always be your name no matter what direction your business takes. You can pivot, you can change your niche, you can specialize in something different, you can build in additional services, and you can do it all under the umbrella of your name. It also gives you the opportunity to build your own platform. This is something unique to you that nobody else can lay claim to. Another benefit is that your name cannot be copied. You are who you are. Now, there are also some disadvantages to using your own name and creating a personal brand. The main one is that when someone new encounters your business, your name alone just doesn't tell a potential client anything about you or your business or what you do. So you have to do more work, perhaps in the beginning of building your platform, to show and demonstrate what you are all about. Also, you are the face of your brand. There's no getting away from that. There's no corporate image to hide behind, which is, in my opinion, a good thing. But I know that some people just don't feel comfortable with that. And so it's important to be aware of it. Now let's take a look at option number 2, which is choosing a business name. A business name is where you come up with a creative name for your business, something that's other than your own name. So some examples are Parsley Health, Mind Body Green, and Noom. A business name gives you a chance for self-expression, and it becomes part of your brand. It often describes what you do in a nice, concise way. A business name can be very creative, it can be clever, it can be fun, and it can be unique. It can really stand out if you are choosing the right name. That is not, if it's not generic, if it's something that is truly unique and uniquely you. So when choosing a business name based on what it is that you're doing and who you help, it can actually help people to remember you and recognize you. That is if the name is chosen in the right way and if it makes sense for you. But there are some disadvantages to this approach. One is that there will be no flexibility and you may be boxing yourself in. You won't be able to pivot. So you want to be really confident that this is the business or niche that you really are committed to building for the long term. Another disadvantage to choosing a business name is that's not your name is the issue of building an invisible shield between you and your client. It kind of creates a bit of distance. So the relationship is not as warm, as personal, in my opinion, and it's a little more professional and detached potentially. Also, people may not necessarily be able to find you. You may be kind of hard to find, depending on how well known you are. They may be looking for your name, but they may not actually be able to find your website. Now, one problem that I have seen happen often with new coaches is that they choose a name that's very generic and it really doesn't set them apart. You could go on Google and find hundreds and hundreds of blogs and pages and website that all kind of sound the same. You don't want to be one of these. So if you decide to choose a business name that is not your name, you want to make sure that it's unique and that it stands out and that it communicates very clearly what you do as a coach. Another really important thing that you want to keep in mind when choosing a business name is to not hide behind your company name. If you choose to select a business name that is not your own name, make sure that you are really communicating what you're all about and let your personality shine through. It's really important for your success as a coach to build a relationship and show people who you are. People work with us coaches because of our personalities and our values and what we stand for and the people we really are. It's all about building trust, building relationships, and helping your clients to achieve results. Now, another pitfall to keep in mind is that your system can always be copied. It's a little alarming, but it's kind of true. Your method, your system, your coaching strategies, your recipes, all the tangible things in your process or your curriculum, they can be copied by other people. But what can never be copied is who you truly are, what you stand for, and the value that you bring to the market. That can never be copied. So, my recommendation to you is to be who you are. Choose your name as your business name, no matter how hard it is to pronounce or spell, and just go out there and really own who you are and what you do. My bottom line, especially for most new coaches, is just to go with a personal brand and use your own name to get started. Again, the main benefit is flexibility. What I have found is that health coaches tend to evolve over time. If you name your business using the words digestive health, but you realize after 2 or 3 years that your true passion has actually evolved into more of a spiritual mind, body wellness focus, you'll need to rebrand and start over. Simply using your own name means you won't have to scrap your whole business and start over from scratch. The most important thing is to not let this decision be an obstacle for you getting out there. I have seen many coaches get really blocked by this, so do not let that happen. When you're setting up your business, there are a lot of decisions to be made. Do not let this decision stop your forward progress. That's actually another one of the reasons why I personally prefer using your own name. It's simple, it's not going to change, and it lets you get on with the business of building and growing your business. Now, here are a couple of questions that my clients have asked me in the past about their business name. Should my site URL match my business name? So generally, yes, it's best if your website URL is the same as your business name or is a close approximation. Now, there's no requirement for this to be the case, but I recommend it. People sometimes forget URLs. So the more similar your website URL is to your business name, the better. People will be able to find you that much easier. The next question is, do I own the business name if I purchased the domain? Sadly, you don't. Purchasing the domain only means that you own the website URL and nobody else can use that exact same domain, which is great, but it does not ensure that someone else, can't use the same name. So the next question is, how do I know if somebody else has chosen the name that I want. Now, this is really important. So let's walk through the 4-step process to figure this out and then protect the name that you have chosen. So step 1 is to go to your local patent and trademark office or website. Here, you can search and see if anybody owns your business name already, or if anybody has chosen a similar name that might be in competition with yours. Businesses are typically registered with the state or province in which you are located. And every state and province is, it's kind of organized a little differently. So you will want to research the database for your particular location. But if the business name that you desire is already trademarked by somebody else, that means that they do have legal protection of that name. If you work in the same or a similar field, you will want to select a different name so that you don't infringe on their registered trademark. Step number 2 is to go to Google. Naturally, you want to make sure that nobody has, claimed your name. So look for domains or websites, articles, taglines, any marketing materials, or things that could be construed as the same name. Just Google it. And also, while you're at it, look it up on social media. Just plug in your chosen business name and see what comes up. Make sure no one else is running a similar business with that name. Now, the 3rd step is to go to Amazon. I think it's really important to see if anybody has written a book with your name, or if anybody has used your chosen business name in any way on Amazon for, any sort of publication that might prevent you from choosing that name. The last strategy is to simply go to GoDaddy.com or HostGator and purchase your domain name. And while you're at it, consider purchasing any variations of your business name and even the misspellings. So once you've taken all 4 steps to do the research and you are convinced that you have the right business name, I suggest you actually go and claim it and register with the patent office for your country. You can get a lawyer to help you with this, of course, or go to a site like LegalZoom.com and let them do the work for you. It's important to realize that you don't own your business name until you actually register your business. Again, depending on your country and state or province, you can usually register your business as a sole proprietor or form a corporate entity like an LLC or an S Corp. Okay, so let's just recap. When it comes to selecting a business name, you have got 2 basic choices: a personal brand, which is basically using your own name, or a business name. And there are advantages and disadvantages to both. And you do want to carefully consider all the factors that relate to you. But for most coaches, what I usually recommend is simply choosing your own name, creating a personal brand, and then going forward from there. Okay, that is what I've got for you today. I hope that you enjoyed this episode. I hope that it helped you to give you some ideas for how to name your business. And most importantly, I hope it helped you simply make a decision and get on with the project of growing your business. And now I would love to hear from you. Drop me a comment if you are watching on YouTube, or go ahead and find me on Instagram. I'm at Dr. Kim Foster, to let me know what you thought of this topic and what your ideas are for naming your business. And like I said, if you are ready to join an amazing community of like-minded entrepreneurs and be inside a program that gives you everything you need to start, grow, and scale your wellness business, then I would love for you to check out the Wellness CEO Club, which is enrolling now for a very limited time. All right, that's a wrap. Thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate you. As always, take care, stay well, and I will see you next time.